Hi everyone. Iryna is here. Um, Wanted to tell you about something that really inspired me lately and something that I've been noticing about myself, but didn't know how to really put it into words. And so, what I wanted to talk about is the menstrual cycle and how understanding uh, these changes that a woman goes through the months is pivotal and so crucial for both men and women um, in relationship and intimacy. Um, so because I'm appealing to the men here, to you guys, I wanted to share this with you, and hopefully you will also get that and share it with your loved ones. So first and foremost, I took this information. It's not my own thing. Took it from the podcast. The podcast is called The Great Man Within. It is run by two amazing men who are my friends, Brian and Dominic, and they invited as their guests these two brilliant women who founded Rad School. I believe they're British, and who are studying menstrual cycle and science behind it and psychology behind it and all of it. And I heard this podcast and I was like, oh my God, this is exactly how I feel in my body. I just didn't know how to really explain it. And the way they define the whole months that the woman goes through is the inner four seasons. Exactly. So the winter, spring, summer, and fall, these are the seasons we all women are going through in 1 month. So as you know, the menstrual cycle lasts about 28 days to 31 days. Every woman is different. And I just want to explain to you, and I'm explaining it to you based on also how I am feeling in each and every of this phase. So you also can understand a little and kind of like, feel into like and notice that about your woman. How is she behaving? And how can you support her when different phase of her cycle rolls in? So the menstruation phase is the winter. This is the time actually exactly what it means. It's winter, and what we would do in winter, we hibernate, we rest, we take it easy, we take it slow, we don't really rush anywhere. There's a time of conserving energy. And this is what happens. It's when the woman goes so internal and so introspective into herself, that this all she does, she like spends time with herself. And a lot of women don't even want anybody around. They just want to be on their own by themselves doing what they're doing. Usually it's something very could be something creative, or could be something maybe in some ways dark and shamanic. Depends on the woman. But it's a good time that lasts about 3 to 7 days, depends on, everybody is different, as I said, to get internal, introspective, and respect that time. Rest, rest, rest. And maybe as a man, knowing this, you can support your woman and offer her some kind of like spa treatment, or suggest to massage her feet or something of that nature, something nourishing that she would like to have. So after winter, the spring rolls in. So in spring, obviously, like the spring that it is, things start to get alive, and woman starts to kind of like getting ready for her ovulation, summertime. So she's preparing, she's getting herself out, maybe beautifying herself. She's more engaged in any social activities. She's more out there. She wants to go to be in communication with others. She wants to bring whatever happened in the winter, in that menstruation period, out. This is the time for you, gentlemen, to make any suggestions to do something. Maybe it's the time to take her out and make her feel seen. It's also a very very innocent kind of time, you know, because she's just coming out of this introspective period. So she's still vulnerable, but she wants to be out there, be seen. And so it's important to offer that to her. This period lasts about 7 to maybe 10 days, maybe a little more than that. And then ovulation rolls in. Ovulation hits somewhere in the middle of the cycle. So it's 28 days, so it's probably on the 14th or 16th days the ovulation hits. And that is such a sparkly summer. A woman is so juicy and delicious and full of vigor. And this is the time for a man to suggest all kinds of different risky, adventurous sexual experiences, maybe threesomes, maybe sex parties, maybe DS. I've been in this, and I was like in the place of own me, have me, do whatever. I'm just so open. I'm open to like power dynamic play. Anything goes, right? And I'm also in a place of like giving and nurturing and inspiring and motivating and helping and being all over the place and wanting to like create and do things. There's a lot of doing happening because the energy is over the roof. And obviously, like the older woman, so I'm in my late 30s, and I get to a place of like really understanding and feeling my body and noticing subtleties and my moods, and this is just fascinating. And then after ovulation, so probably like the peak of the ovulation, that same day when there is a very high chance of getting pregnant, if the woman didn't get pregnant, her energy goes down. The fall slowly rolls in, and it might happen a little like all of a sudden. All of a sudden, she starts feeling tired, annoyed, irritated, frustrated. This is the time of premenstrual time. This is the time where she is the most not the most pleasant person to be around. And in my case, it was interesting with my boyfriend because, and it happened with several partners in the past, I would be like, okay, you didn't get me pregnant, now I'm moving on, you don't matter anymore. This is the time actually when a woman feels that a man is like, all right, like, I don't want you, I kind of like don't care about sex, you know, she's just negligent and indifferent. Again, every woman is different. Again, I just want to specify that this is how I behave. But a lot of women, I bet, can relate to me, especially when there's relationship and relationship like is happening for a very long time. It's possible to start tracking these changes. she's all of a sudden like cranky. And 5 days ago, when there was an ovulation, she was like, whoa, all like jumpy and wants to have so much sex. And now she's just like, oh, sensitive. I am very sensitive. Like, even like the jokes that you've been making 5 days ago, no longer good. They don't run no more. And again, because we all are different species, and some women are more emotional than others, and some women are more fiery and more sex drive is much higher, therefore there's more emotional bandwidth, and so there is much more the symptoms of PMS as we all relate to it, is much more higher, I would say. Yeah, so that is the fall, the time when a man could just take over and do things and be and step up and take care of kids and just let her rest, let her like do whatever she wants. Maybe she wants to be independent and do her things in that time, and she just wants to socialize with the girlfriends, which is always helpful during this time. Let her. Maybe she wants to go and spend some time totally by herself or with the company of women. Allow her to do that too. She would want you to step up and actually ask and actually engage and let her just enjoy the ride. So this is what I wanted to share with you all. I hope this is really helpful. I really encourage you to listen to the podcast.